Okay, coming off a brutal, harrowing experience of fighting a horrific tyrant and doing something much more calming and chill, the Omaha Beach mission in this game. Just fought Whiz Pig in Diddy Kong Racing, and it kicked my ass. So this level is possibly one of the most emotionally impactful levels I've encountered in a video game. I'm not kidding. I've played a lot of games on stream. I was not expecting what I've always associated as kind of a run-of-the-mill shooter to have this incredible sequence. And I know we've done Normandy and the Omaha Beach landing so many times, but this game is insane with the way it presents it, and I don't think a modern game could accomplish it. Not because I have nostalgic glasses, but because I think modern games have too many systems that make this impossible. It's almost expected that you die here 50 times. I died here 7 times last time, so I might not be able to do much better here. I think I can put my weapon away to move faster. I have a sniper rifle here. God, well, already not great. I tried to just run across before, so maybe I'll try shooting them first. Okay. Oh, they just get replaced. Okay, cool. Makes sense.
Hold up right here. Stay in cover.
I feel like the initial sequence was really, really good, but this part's also really good. I think there are mines everywhere over here, too.
You gotta find a way up the bluff. You gotta go up there and take out that artillery. Jefferson, Weber, you're up. Get ready. Head for that trench over there. Covering fire.
I watched the end of my last VOD, and I kept just trying to sprint across, so I'm going to try to use these craters more, maybe. Chill here for a second. I don't think they can see me from here. Oh shit, okay, he can see me. I think there's another one around this corner here. Got hit once. I think that guy can see me. I can try shooting him again. Maybe shoot... They give you the sniper rifle for a reason, I assume. It could just be there to give you a false feeling of control in this scene. Okay, made it. Can I save? I want to save after that. Hold on. Save. Okay. I think there's a quick save key. F5. Okay. Whoa! Yeah, good call. Hi, friend. I think we got him.
We've got wounded back here.
Oh, heal me, heal me. I'm almost dead.
Pal, you're on point. Gotta head and clear that bunker. Medic!
Oh my god. All right. Blue Wizard needs food badly. Oh, thank God. Okay. I love how they give you almost no healing there. There's a couple scripted medics that will heal you. But that's part of what makes the level so good, is that there's not the usual video gamey things oh look, I'm supposed to go to that med pack. You're just what am I supposed to do? Yeah. I love the way that dying 100 times in this mission leads you to understand that anyone who survived this survived through pure chance. It's just a meat grinder. It was not this, like, glorious battle, which is how I usually see it depicted in other video games. Seems like it's kind of missing the point. Okay, yeah, now we're back to what the game was before, which is still a pretty solid shooter and has some cool sequences. I'm okay if it climaxes early. That was pretty incredible. I think in order to, not that you would ever want to directly reproduce this, because why would you? Like, it's already been done, you know, you don't need to do it again. But if anyone tried to reproduce that, they would have to suspend a bunch of their normal game mechanics and game design rules, like... Yeah, it was so cool, like, because there's, like, these little, like, I don't know what you call them, the, like, metal bars all over the place in the ocean, probably to stop boats from landing directly on the beach. And they kind of offer cover, but it's horrible cover, and it's not cover that's conveyed by the game, like, yeah, you're supposed to go here. Like, you go there and you're not even sure if it's going to protect you. And sometimes it doesn't protect you because you're, you know, part of your character model is sticking out slightly. It's crazy, like... I've never seen a game play around with the idea of you can't even rely on this cover and you don't know what counts as cover, because usually you would say, wasn't that a game design mistake, right? Don't you want the player to fully understand what they're interacting with? Yeah, and I kind of like having this immediately after it. Like, I think that even this is an artistic decision. Oh, God. Okay. Having this immediately after reminds you, like, okay, now you're playing a video game. But what you just did was not a video game. Right? Or at least we were trying to make you feel something different there. I also really appreciate that the whole sequence plays out, like, without commentary by the game. It just happens. Like any other level. Like, I almost think that not opening with it is an even better artistic statement. Having you do a couple of these super soldier levels, and then just, oh, by the way, here's D-Day. And it's just fucking harrowing out of nowhere. And then you just go back to the game again. I think by contrast, it lets you realize what this has all been about. Well, clearing the bunkers, like, they could have kept up the intensity into clearing the bunkers, right, Leon? But as soon as you get into the bunker, you're now playing a normal shooter again. And I think that that was a deliberate choice instead of keeping it, like, insane.
Let's check out this house. Some boys in the 101st could be trapped inside.
I should have read the text there, was my bad.
Close contact.
I'm so used to dismissing that screen from dying. Oh, you are not a friend. I wasn't sure. I love some of the enemy AI in this game. Like, they try to take cover, they try to duck.
Let's check out this house. Some boys in the 101st could be trapped inside.
Yeah, the game just, like, turns into super soldier mode again, war hero mode. It sounds like that level is pretty famous, too. I think some people were posting think pieces about it. or talking about how later games have tried to recreate Omaha Beach and have like overwhelmingly failed. Not doing too hot right now. Where did that guy come from? Oh, he was hiding in the wardrobe. That's cute. I should have killed you before getting the healing, but I really needed the healing.
Thunder! Flash! Hey, all right, some airborne boys. Boy, are we glad to see you. We landed way off target, sir. We've been trying to find our regiment ever since, but there's snipers everywhere.
Well, shit. Speaking of which...
Powell, stay here and watch the back. Watch it.
Defend the back of the house.
Over there.
Yeah, for sure. I'm stuck back here. Yeah, so I know that, like, I have played Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and that was an impressive game with a good story and some exciting sequences. But to me, like, that D-Day level was like the opposite of spectacle, which is what I kind of associate modern Call of Duty as having devolved into. Like, it's not spectacular, it's harrowing, and I think it's maybe hard to get that tone right. It's wild too that it works without breaking the fourth wall, because I feel like if a modern like indie game tried to accomplish that, they would acknowledge the fact that you were dying or something, right? Like, I love the Spec Ops The Line thing where the loading screen says, "Do you feel like a hero yet?" That kind of stuff, but and it works for that game, but I feel like modern indie devs wouldn't be able to resist that kind of commentary. I cannot tell friend from foe here. They have like camouflage versus matte brown. Like, I feel like the nuke scene in Call of Duty 4 it's impressive and it's a little scary. I guess what are they called? The gunships? There's like a part in Call of Duty 4 where you get this like black and white screen and you have to just like blow people up indiscriminately. And the game doesn't comment on the fact that you're doing it is fucked up, right? That it's turning war into this like faceless video game. I like the way Spec Ops: The Line handles that better, though, where like it shows your character's reflection in the screen. Oh, it's super good. AC 130, okay. Yeah. Spec Ops: The Line is directly in dialogue with this kind of thing, I would agree. I love that game, Spec Ops. Yeah, I only know about No Russian by reputation. I never played that game. Like I could tell you the screenshot if you showed me the screenshot. I've seen that before. I kind of got the impression that they were trying to one-up the nuke and AC 130 stuff from Call of Duty 4. Excuse me, sir.
Check your ammo. Yeah, so much for our transport. Looks like we're gonna have to finish this mission on foot.
There's like 3 memorable things in that game, isn't there? Ghillie suit level, which ends with the sniper thing at the very end, right? And then the nuke part and the AC 130 part. Yeah. Well, it doesn't help that you have an extremely frustrating contingent of gamers nowadays who don't understand art, and if they sense that a video game has any kind of anti-war message, the game is becoming too political now, right? The game about war between different powers. I liked my war games when they were apolitical.
Watch out.
I liked how disempowering that Omaha Beach level was. It was insane. I've only played a handful of games that you try to use game mechanics to make you feel weak. And I wish it was more common, because I think it's a unique power of the genre that you can't do as well with movies and TV shows.
Grenade! Over there.
For apolitical RPGs about eco-terrorists fighting evil mega corporations. Yeah. Most apolitical game of them all. I talked about this last episode. I think Six Gun set me straight, but I was under the impression that there were some kind of like institutional pressures that make it difficult for game developers who want to make games about like the US Army, for instance, to do so in a critical way if they want to get any kind of support from DoD on it. Like DoD sees a lot of those games as potential recruiting tools, so they could either, if not get a bunch of money, get the rights to use certain things that they wouldn't otherwise be allowed to use. Oh, jeez. That wasn't good. Private Durden has been killed in action.
Hands up! surrender!
Guy spooked the shit out of me.
506, sir. Our squad's radioman was killed in the clearing to the southeast of this house. But there's a sniper in the silo out there and we can't get anywhere near it, sir.
I see, that's more of an issue with movies. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. I remember it coming up when we were playing Spec Ops The Line that it's like difficult to make a game like Spec Ops The Line. Gotcha. I guess maybe that's what it was, that it's like unfortunate that games don't take advantage of this more because they don't have that problem where they need to, you know, borrow a tank for their movie. They can just like render a tank and that doesn't cost as much. And yet games are so frequently very pro-military, pro-war. Ouch. Oh, that's unfortunate. It's like, yes, you should draw those comparisons. That's what art is. Shit. Dude was just going nuts on me before, I think. I don't know who's getting at me after that first dude. See him jump out of the way of it. I don't know who's shooting at me from here, to be honest. It's not just that guy. Somewhere in a window, maybe? Okay, yeah. So I don't know where they're getting me from, but at least I can rule out a couple places now. Okay, I need to throw it into the bush. There's someone like down there somewhere who's able to get me. Near the silo, I think. Didn't flush anybody out. that the guy? Is he hiding in this bush? Oh wow, I think I just lucked out and got him with my earlier grenade. Okay. Pretty cool with them just hiding in the bushes and there not being any kind of like shot direction. Radio near the silo, use it to call in an airstrike. Oh, the more different silo.
Echo Charlie standing by. Awaiting orders to commence close air support. Over.
Okay, let's get back to those 88s.
It's a shame that the anti-war message seems so stuck in like World War II games though, right? Like, if anything, I feel like we should be the most critical of current warfare, right? I guess that material definitely exists if you know where to look for it, like Spec Ops. Esports team. Okay, maybe that's what I was thinking about, Ravenon. I'm like, I knew about this for movies. I thought it was a thing for video games too. That there's systemic disincentives from being critical. Yeah. I guess you could make like an indie game, like Valiant Hearts was an indie World War I game that did a pretty good job of like emphasizing the horrors of that war and the human cost. Yeah, I'd buy it. It'd be nice if they, well, this is the song I won't never stop singing, but it would be nice if they would just make games that look like this again. AAA studios. You know, even movie studios are starting to throw a little bit of money at indie filmmakers because of the chance that they could turn a gigantic profit on a tiny investment. Indie World War I space is a lot of good innovation. 1111 too, that was World War I, wasn't it? Cool. Switch to the binoculars. Okay, got it. I saw that screenshot that was like, I think it's the most recent Call of Duty where you have to like pacify the locals by pointing your assault rifle at them. I think it'd be harder to make it look like this. I suppose that could be true.
Roger, target acquired.
Beautiful!
things. Oh, did another one like just come out? I thought that was like late last year. It's cool. Yikes. Oh, I see. Okay. We established last episode for this that a lot of these are inspired by real missions or real problems, at least. I see.
Look out! Over there!
Definitely save money on textures and stuff, right? I've played a lot of very pretty AAA games that have come out in like the 10 plus years after this, and none of them came, well, very few of them came anywhere close to being as impactful as that Omaha Beach level. This game's like strictly serviceable graphics.
Watch out!
Especially that my ally doesn't completely suck here, that's nice. Isn't totally useless. We had a discussion last episode about aim down sight and like what it does to shooter games. And the deliberate artistic decision to not have it. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's definitely an increase in general cost to try to make a game look as photorealistic as possible and like cover up all of the rough edges, right? Like you want to do a thing where the player can't clearly tell that this is a rectangular arena, right? I don't care that this is a rectangular arena. That's not affecting my immersion in this stage. Lots of little touches like that that I think make modern game design way more expensive than it used to be. Development, not design, my bad. Levels still often are a rectangle, but they spend a lot of time trying to obfuscate that.
Roger, target acquired.
All right, going okay. I think you can look at like the creative output of devs in like the Super Nintendo through PS1 into PS2 era compared to today.
Take point. I'm right behind you.
Just how many games a studio was able to put out in how many years. I guess we'll find out if this ends up being the case, but it's hard for me to imagine a PS2 nostalgia period, because, like, I don't know, the PS2 generation is when it feels like, to me, we kind of just stopped. Everything is just a higher fidelity version of that, you know? Maybe I'll be surprised and someone will make a game that looks really like a PS2 game. Call of Duty popularized aim down sights.
Take out that half track! Use your panzer track!
Damn, okay.
Take point. I'm right behind you. Watch out!
You think it was the, like, PS3? I don't know, I just, in my head, I don't think of the PS3 as being a huge improvement over the PS2. It's just marginal improvements on PS2 stuff. And artistic scope creep where, like, it now is prohibitively expensive to make a game in a way that it didn't feel like it was on the PS2. It's interesting that I haven't thought of this before, but aim down sights is the kind of thing that I just sort of assumed was like an inevitable game mechanic, but maybe not necessarily.
Use your panzer track! Shoot 'em! Look out! Use your panzer track!
I'm working on it, bud.
Use your panzer track!
Trying, bro. Oh, yeah, I could see that. Okay. Yeah, I would agree that the shape of games solidified in the PS3 era and hasn't had any like major shakeup since then. But I guess I think the look of games solidified in the PS2 era would be my argument.
Sergeant Harrison, Pathfinders, 101st.
Good to meet you, Sergeant. I'm Ramsey, 2nd Rangers.
I assume that those two phenomena are linked, right? As it becomes increasingly expensive to make a AAA game, you're less likely to want to take risks, more likely to want to do whatever is proven to work already.
Powell, take point. Gentlemen, move out!
Money expects a return on the investment. Yeah, exactly. The Michael Eisner or Bob Iger from Disney, who was like, it's not our job to make art, it's our job to make money. If we should accidentally make art on the way, cool. Like, oh god. To me, that's the attitude of a lot of AAA games. Yeah. Profit motive ruins everything.
Got the press on that position.
Like a marginal iteration happened. It's a PS4. I guess I can't tell you what the difference between any PS4 and any PS3 game is, really. PS4 games are probably 1080p and probably 60 frames per second. I've talked about this before, but I'm so underwhelmed by like 4K and upscaling, and it just seems like we're trying to spin our wheels here. Going from 480p to 720 and 1080p was a huge improvement, and I just don't see it being worth the cost. Bloodborne put clutter everywhere to justify being a PS4 game. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I can't imagine Bloodborne being on PS2. I suppose. I know that person's doing the Bloodborne PS1 demake, which looks great, but I feel like you'd have to start making compromises if you take it back before PS3, but I don't see any reason why it couldn't just be on PS3. Hello. Yeah. Stream has spared me. It's already like pushing the bounds of what's possible to stream 1080p. Even with a dedicated streaming machine, with the way Twitch's requirements work right now. If they ever change bit rates, maybe the bitrate maximums that might change. But it means I'm just locked into 1080p forever for streaming purposes, and yeah, I can run everything. The graphics of a new game can be impressive, and you get used to them almost immediately, and then it doesn't matter. Do that.
Watch it.
Watch out!
Ow, dick.
Spread out. Look out!
It's a bummer that VR seems to suck so bad. We talked about this in Discord a while ago. Like, we've just have immediately hit a very powerful human limit with VR that makes its applications dubious at best, where it's effectively just a really shitty, inefficient way to turn the camera. That Dan Olson metaverse video does a good job of kind of talking about the challenges of VR, where it's like, yeah, you know, you could go to a place in the metaverse to click on something, or you could just click on it. Like, it turns out that text is an extremely efficient way to present information, and so most VR attempts kind of degenerate into Wiimote waggle, right? Where it's like, okay, yeah, I can do a little swingy gesture with the Wiimote, but I'd rather just press a button because that's already more efficient than what you're asking me to do. And the increase in immersion is not worth the loss of fine control. Oh, really? That's cool. Really? Assume that's true for the crazy higher frame rates above 60 frames per second as well. I know that the crazy higher frame rates above 60 matter for like VR to keep you from getting motion sick, because it matters in a way that only your subconscious brain can interpret, I guess. Hi there, buddy. Fuck me up good. MG42. Yeah. I'll try. I just feel kind of vaguely bummed out about, like... Oh, Jesus. That's kind of cool. The wall just gets exploded. Well, okay. I don't know what I expected there. Good start. Maybe didn't pick the best place to save there. Alright, I need to like find somewhere to back out of this room. Apparently I didn't get hit the first time. See, I gotta lure its main gun around. I gotta kill that guy. Takes a really long time to switch off the rocket launcher. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. This is like a Metal Gear Solid boss fight. Finish my thought here once this thing's dead. I'm sad that it seems that we're approaching a technological limit, because it was cool to like live through every few years just having this crazy leap forward in the tech, and just feeling like that's done forever is a little sad. But there's another element to it where it feels like capital is just strangling, suffocating everything, like as everything gets increasingly financialized. There's hope with indie games. Like, indie games continue to be fucking incredible. There's certain kinds of art that just require a certain amount of money and resources to make, though. It seems hard to find video game studios that are willing to give people the resources they need to do that kind of thing. You could tell the difference in a 144 Hz monitor. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, even like Valiant Hearts is a World War I game that's kind of an indie title, but it's not... It's presented almost like an adventure game, kind of. Oh, it's just a dude behind me. You can all come in here, that's cool. This is what you try to do in Call of Duty 4 multiplayer. Yeah, that makes sense. You can't really do an indie MMO either. Like, it's just reinventing the wheel is so expensive and difficult. Just like getting the basic functionality of WoW. Everybody? Can you drop a health pickup? Nope. Makes sense, Spiky, yeah. Actually get him, or did I just wound him? I like that this game does the knocking guys down, but they're not actually down thing. It's kind of neat, a lot of neat little ideas like that. Navelwerfers? It's supposed to be progress through there. Shoot at them from somewhere else, maybe? Interesting set piece. You just keep getting back on them. Take them all out eventually. I think they were actually infinite in the Omaha Beach level. I can't run. I think my central monitor is 144 hertz. I can't run it at that, but there's a website somebody recommended. I don't remember what the link was, but it shows a bunch of animations happening at like 15, 24, 30, God, 60, and 120 FPS. Okay, this is good. I'll see if I can post it in Discord later. Because apparently it's very possible to get a high refresh rate monitor and then just not set it correctly in Windows, and people just will have it for years and not know that it's not set correctly. We're about at time here. I just feel like I'm close to the end of the level. I'll leave myself at the end of a stage. That would be great. Well, this might be where I need to stop. Future Marstead, you've got your objective marker. You have to destroy 4 Navelwerfers, which I think are on the other side of the field here. I think you're safe in these raiders. You do have a rocket launcher now, Panzer Shrek. You're probably going to need to use to destroy those. So good luck to you. Don't forget, when you're in these craters, you can press Q to put your weapon away, which makes you move faster, which previously has been necessary for you to move in between craters to take cover. Your save here is this one, Navelwerfer Hunt, 1951. Thanks again, Mr. Failage. I am really enjoying this game. It's very good.